All right, there we go. You guys hear me now? Everything good? We good? You good? We should be good. No sound. Zero sound. No audio. Come on, man. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. All right, cool. All right, it's probably because I put the new little coffee cup up there today, which ruined my thing. Anyways, we're gonna jump on into our morning stream today. What I was basically saying is we're gonna go over some of our short-term time frame stuff today. But the main thing I really wanted to talk about today was really our swing points, which basically are the 50-week exponential moving average for Bitcoin over the lifespan of the really Bitcoin's lifespan, right? We're going to take a look at, do we get good bounces here? Normally in bull markets, do we come up and retest these levels as resistance as we kind of start our bear markets? We're going to look at the possibilities of where we are right now in our current cycle and, try to compare it the best we can, because all we really have is the data that's given to us from previous cycles. We're going to compare it the best we can to our current data, right? So let's start with, just some of our short-term time frames. I think right now it looks like Bitcoin could be preparing for one more maybe leg up here in the short-term time frame. I'm just seeing a possibility of a bull flag forming here on the 1 hour time frame. Now it's not some crazy bull flag that's should be really moving on up to the upside. There we go. Should be some crazy stuff that moving on to the upside, but it is a little bull flag here that, if you look here from top to bottom, and we actually extrapolate that up, could give us a move approximately, depending on where we break out, could give us a move to about 34,750 on the 1 hour time frame. All right, so that's kind of the one thing that I'm looking out here for on the 1 hour time frame, but I'm not going to spend too much time on this today, guys. On the 4 hour time frame, I'm still kind of watching this falling channel. We actually haven't came up and retested the top of the channel just yet. But if you look, our measure move target, 34,761, if we were to necessarily break out of that little bull flag on the hourly, I think that a retest of the top of this channel would make some perfect sense. We'll see if we break out. Obviously, that price level that we just looked at, right? 34.7 is actually above this downwards resistance. You could actually draw this downwards resistance, maybe something like this if you really wanted to. So 34,700 would put you somewhere in this range, somewhere right at the top of the channel, right? So we'll see if we do break that upwards, that if we do come up here and test it, if we get rejected and we come back down. If not, we can break this to the upside. I think that's extremely bullish, and you guys already know the target I was looking at for that was, let's see if we can bring that up here. The target, if we break that to the upside, is going to put us somewhere upwards of 41,000. But that's obviously a long way to go, right? We have tons of resistances to break, and we've seen fake outs in the past for Bitcoin, and all that same really mammo, jammo, samo, camo, right? But anyways, on the daily, guys, look where we are in the daily real quick, all right? We are right at the resistance of this downwards channel on the daily. So if we can break out of those two patterns we just talked about on the 1 hour and on the 4 hour, we could once again try to desperately break this resistance. Other than this one fake out here, we've got to reject it every single time on a closed basis. Very key, on a closed basis. We can wick above it, but we got to get a daily close above this on the daily time frame. If we went straight up today, that's going to put us approximately at about 34,600 that we need to break right now on a close, which we're not too far away, right? We're only about $800 away. What's $800 among friends? Shout out to Ben Cowan. That's kind of his phrase. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at here on the daily time frame. But guys, like I said, and gals, I always got to remember the gals. Low volume. What the heck is going on here, man? What the heck is going on? Shouldn't be low volume. Not sure why it's low volume. Anyways, oh, you guys talking about the volume on the chart. Every time you guys say volume, I always think it's my microphone because you guys like always say, "Oh, the microphone's low, microphone this." But anyways, on the weekly time frame, right? This is what I want to touch on most of the time in this video. I'm going to start doing some different stuff on the morning streams because looking at the short-term time frames, you know, sometimes twice a day, like I always say, can kind of get a little monotonous. So looking at some of these longer-term stuff and looking at kind of where we are in the cycle, I think it's a little bit more advantageous to us seeing kind of where we are in the cycle. So the first thing I did want to note is where we are in the cycle right now. So on the weekly time frame, you can see we actually came back down and retested. We've been testing the 50-week exponential moving average every week for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. We're talking 2 months of just testing the 50-week EMA. And as we've been talking about countless times in previous streams, we have been deciding if we want to continue to hold this on a closed basis or break down. You can see where we are exactly right now is right on that 50-week EMA. So will we hold it? Will we break it? I think this is going to be a pivotal moment. I'm acting like this is some type of movie scene here, but it's going to be a pivotal moment in Bitcoin's movie, if you want to call it. So we'll see if we break it. It's at 33,851 right now, and we sit at 33,818. So we are right on that sucker. So the other thing I wanted guys to note real quick is where we are in the RSI. So we are currently at a 44 on the RSI for BTC at the moment, which also is a critical swing level. And we're going to see how both these moving averages and this RSI level perfectly correlates to, it kind of can tell you, you know, are you at an important moment in Bitcoin? Are you going to break up or down? It's pretty clear, not maybe which direction you're going to go, but it's pretty clear that this is one of the most important levels that Bitcoin has seen in a long time. And we're going to go over why, okay? So if we look in the past, right, there's a time and place in here where you can kind of look at it, but I did want to look in the past. We're going to start out actually with the bullish scenario, right? So let's give the bulls their hopium right here quick, right? We know on this channel that we both do bullish scenarios and bearish scenarios here. So on the bullish scenario, you could see right here that, you know, on in 2013, hold on, let me get a sip of water. There you go. In 2013, I got a frog in my throat, guys. I always sometimes eat peanuts in the morning and like it gets in my like throat. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But anyways, in 2013, you can see right here, we actually came back down and tested that level once and twice and held it in 2013. Now, I know everyone always wants to talk about in 2013 how, you know, we broke the 21 exponential and we still continued the bull market. But I don't think a lot of people look at some of these longer term time frame moving averages. So the 50-week we held twice. You can see we also came back down to our swing level on the RSI, and we actually bounced that time. So this is the bullish scenario where we come back down to a 44 on the RSI, we come back down to the 50-week exponential moving average, and we actually continue the bull market from there. Now that's what all the bulls right now are kind of hoping for, that we're kind of just consolidating like we did in 2013, and we're going to continue the bull market to the upside, okay? So that's the bullish scenario. Now, there's two bearish scenarios to this. So buckle up all your bulls, and this is for the bears, right? If you look here, right here, it's basically in 2014, we held the 50-week, right? We actually came back down to it twice and bounced, just like in 2013. But this time we held it, came back up, could not continue the momentum, and then we eventually broke it to the downside right here. And you can see exactly where this correlated to the RSI. So you can see where we bounced was right here on the 44 RSI, right? And where did we break it? Well, as soon as we broke that 44 on the RSI and the 50-week moving average, that's when we started really the true bear market downtrend. Okay, so that's the first bearish scenario, and you guys can see why this is such a pivotal swing point on both the RSI and the 50-week. Now, if we switch on over to 2017, 2017 is very interesting too. And it's not perfectly exact for 2017, at least on the moving averages, but you guys can get a general kind of point of view of what I'm kind of going through here. So if you look at 2017, the 50 week held as support here, right? We came back down. We actually got 1 week close below it, but we still bounced. And it wasn't until we really started getting a lot of momentum below the 50 week exponential, that's when we really started to continue this downtrend, right? It was right here where we broke it. We actually came back above it slightly, but you guys can see it was generally a resistance after that time frame, but a key swing level, right? So we're doing a similar thing right now. We're going to take a look at in a second. But where did that correlate with the RSI? Well, look exactly where we were in this whole consolidation right here before we broke down. Perfectly right at that 44 on the RSI, right? And it was when that we came up and confirmed it as resistance. That's when we started getting super bearish. And it's when we broke that level on the RSI right here. That's when we really got that big dip back down to the downside. That really final move, that final countdown, as you would call it, move back down to the downside there. So that's kind of the 3 levels I'm looking at, guys. And you can just see when you zoom out how important this is. Kind of just a swing resistance level for the RSI, right? Resistance, support, support, resistance, support, right? Support, support, resistance. Now it's your support again. So what will we do, right? Will we do like we did in 2013? And if we did like we did in 2013, we're going to bounce off of it, maybe even twice. If we did in 2013, maybe we do something like this, where we come up, this slowly comes up, we bounce off it again, and then maybe we continue the bull market into the end of this year and the beginning of next year, right? So that could definitely be a scenario. Or will we do like we did in the other 2 bear markets, right? I'll state bear markets, where we actually came back up slightly, broke down below it, right? Came back up for just a resistance, consolidated under it for a little bit, and then had one more dip back to the downside, wherever the target would be. Which one will happen there? Well, this is why this is a swing point, and we don't necessarily know which way we're going to go. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, sure, what's the point of looking at this if we don't know which way it's going to go? The whole point of looking at this is because it's just to be clear that we are at a typical swing level where in both the previous bull markets, I wasn't around during this time. I was around during this time. No one really knew what was going on in this time, right? It was very similar to what we're in right now, where everyone in 2017 in this area right here was just as confused as we are now, right? No one knew if the bull market's over. Maybe we're just getting a correction to the downside. No one really knew. No one really knew. I think I wasn't too much into the charts as I am now, but I assume probably most people were probably looking back here and trying to compare it to the previous market, just like we're doing now. So it's interesting. Will we hold this level? We held it in 2013, dropped below in 2014, 2017. That's kind of the mumbo jumbo that we're kind of waiting for right now. And what I'm excited to find out, because we all know the journey, right? We all know the journey is probably going to look something like this, based off previous price action. You guys know the lengthening cycles. You guys know the diminished returns. We're probably going to be seeing something along the lines of us reaching, somewhere. Let's call it maybe 100. Let's call it 130,000 just for fun, right? I'm not sure exactly where it's going to peak out, but let's say we do something like this. Now, how we get up there, like I've always said, maybe we do something like this, right? Maybe we do something like this. Maybe we do something like this. However we get up there, it doesn't really matter. But it's all about the end point. But I just wanted to be clear that we are at a very important level, and it is something that we need to continue to watch. And I think that's why we're getting so much consolidation in this level, because it's I think a lot of people behind the scenes know that this is just an important level as far as Bitcoin. So that's kind of what I touch on for this. Like I said, I'm going to do more stuff in the morning time frames where we're kind of just going over specific things instead of just kind of looking at the charts, at least right now, because right now the charts, it's kind of, I can't lie, it's kind of monotonous to look at the 1 hour, 4 hour charts, twice a day. to be perfectly honest with you guys. So I like looking at long-term time frame stuff, and I know a lot of you guys do like looking at long-term time frame stuff. And I think it's probably the most important thing to look at it if you're a true investor in crypto and not someone that wants to get rich overnight. Now, I am someone that loves to get rich overnight. I'd take being rich overnight. But I think looking at it from the longer term is way more important than necessarily zooming in on the 1 hour chart for, 5 hours a day, like I've been doing, right? So keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. Looks like a turd on the chart. But yeah, that's kind of my 50-week exponential moving average and 44 RSI. If you guys do have your own weekly charts, I definitely keep these posted because this is both important swing levels, especially the RSI. Like it's just important support resistance throughout the entire trend of Bitcoin's life in the last 10 years. So that's that, guys. The rest of the stream, I'll kind of just answer some questions in the chat. Okay. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what I want the whole morning stream like set up to be. I mean, I like the topic and then kind of just answering questions at the end. As far as the morning stream, I'm going to keep the night stream the same way it is. I think that's I like it the way it is, but the morning, I'm going to be testing new things and new topics and stuff like that. Jay said, then look at the monthly chart. You can look at the monthly chart. You can look at the monthly chart. The monthly chart for BTC. I can do that, man. Why not? The monthly. Yeah, monthly. I mean, monthly's interesting too. Now, it's obviously not the same setup. I mean, I used to look at the same thing on the monthly is, I think it's the 11th month moving average. Now, I know it's kind of a random number, but bear with me for a second. Keyword, bear with me. Just kidding. All bulls. I'm just kidding. The 11th month moving average is kind of similar to the 50-week exponential, where we never broke it in a bull market, and we're actually testing it right now. We're literally testing it right now. Timeline is in hat. You are talking about. Is that a 4-month timeline? Timeline in hat? Rodney, I'm a little confused, guy. I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused, man. Timeline in hat. Put it in the chat. I'll answer your question, man. But anyways, the 11th month moving average is very similar to what we kind of look at for the 50 week, right? In 2013, we never broke it. In 2017, you guys can see we never broke it. And this one, we never broke it yet, but we're right at that same point as the 50 week where, in previous markets, like you can see right here, we held it and then we confirmed it as resistance and then we started the bear market. Kind of similar to 2013, right? We held it, we confirmed it as resistance, and we started the bear market. So I even think that the 11th month moving average is even more important to look at than the 50 week. It's just that the monthly moving averages, it's tough to do videos on those because they only update every month. So it's not something that we can kind of talk about regularly. But it is something I actually thought I usually bring this up like once a month or so. And you guys can see on the monthly moving average, like just in the last, I mean, we don't have too much data on this, but we bounced at about a 40, we bounced at a 43 RSI in the monthly. Right now we're sitting at a 58. So this shows that we still could go a little bit lower. Like I've always said, guys, we could still go a little bit lower based on previous RSI levels. But yeah, that's what we're kind of looking for here on the monthly. 11th month is really good. Hold on, let me try to figure out what my boy Rodney said here. What did Rodney say? Hold up. Rodney, still in here, man? I don't see Rodney in here. The volume will come back eventually. Yeah, it'll come back eventually. The cat in the hat. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that freaking means. Yeah, about 500 people in here. Sounds about right. The audio was messed up in the beginning, man. See, that's what happens when I try a new layout. Something's always messed up every single time. But yeah, so we're waiting on, like I said earlier, guys, short-term time frame. We're waiting on a possible breakout of this for Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame, where we kind of just got this little, you know, little bull flag maybe forming, right? Breakout target 34,750. Guys are just joining the stream now, and we're waiting for a breakout of this kind of falling channel, right? Whether to the upside or downside. Like we always say, we don't have a crystal ball to tell us which way we're going to go necessarily, but it is something to keep your eyes on. And a breakout of both of these, hopefully to the upside, would, like I said, correlate to a breakout of our bigger falling channel that we've been waiting for the last 2 months for a breakout of. So that is really that. We got some big resistance at this area on the daily right now. I mean, you got our big green box here of so much price action in this area now trying to act as resistance, and also the downwards resistance. So a lot of resistance there. So we got our work cut out for us, like a damn doughboy. Like a damn doughboy. You guys have doughboys where you're from? Is doughboys like a New England thing, or you guys have doughboys? A doughboy is considered fried dough, so it's the same exact thing as fried dough. Same exact thing. Jordan, is it exactly as predicted? Probably not. Break out the crystal ball. Sorry, still here. I was trying to figure out the timeline from 2017 in reference to the RSI and moving average on the 1 hour chart compared to today's market. It's the 1 week time frame, man. The weekly time frame is what I was looking at. The old weekly. And the RSI is the weekly time frame. So so the moving average I was looking at is the 50-week exponential. 50-week exponential moving average, and the RSI is the weekly time frame, if that's your question. That's your question. Not sure if that's your question or not. Doge to the moon. Oh man, 6 month chart is bearish. Yeah, it's a 6 month chart though. I mean, take it for what you will. The 6 month chart, we can look at that since we're looking at long-term time frame charts. Why not look at the 6 month? If I can look at it, it blocks me from looking at time frame before. 6 month moving average, or 6 month. The 6 month is bearish. I don't know, man. Like you could call this bearish. I think a lot of people are calling this bearish. I saw this kind of parroted around too. A lot of the stuff you see is just parroted around from people to people, but you could see here, like, people are calling this bearish, like, because the candle has a big wick on the top side, which is true, right? It's a bearish candle, but like, you could say the same thing right here. You know what I mean? Like, you could have said this one was bearish too, with the giant wick on the top side. Yes, the candle body's a little bit is bigger, but I mean, I guess you could say the 6 month is bearish, but it's the 6 month. Like, so a lot can change. All you have to do is turn this into a bullish 6 month candle, and then all of a sudden no one's going to even look at this anymore. So we'll find out, man. We shall find out on the BTC 6 month chart. It is the 6 month chart though, so keep that in mind. Let's go do some of these super chats here. Rodney, hope I answered your question, my guy. George said banks go belly up, trade all for ADA. Trade all for ADA. Well, I'm happy with my ADA accumulation right now, so I'm gonna keep my ADA accumulation where it is. Robbie with the 39 something super chat. Thank you, Robbie. Appreciate it, man. Not sure what that currency is. I hope sometimes that I can get some of these currencies right, but I'm not fluent in my currencies, I should say. My currencies. All right. So what else can we... I'll answer a few more questions in here. I want to keep these... I definitely want to keep these to like 45 minutes or so. I think that's my goal. 45 minutes. Eric said, crypto YouTubers keep telling me I'm going to get rich. you gotta stay in the space for multiple years, man. You're not gonna get rich overnight, right? You got to have patience. A lot of them tell you that everyone kind of tells you you're going to get rich if you hold into the market for multiple years. It's not one thing where you're going to invest here in July and then August you're going to be rich. It's just not going to happen. You can get lucky, right? You can time the market good. Like if you got in the market in January of this year and held a couple altcoins that did 50, 60 X's, you could have got lucky and got rich. Right, but most of the time that's not going to happen. Right, most of the time it's going to be a multiple year type of experience where you gotta enjoy the pain, you gotta enjoy the suffering, you gotta enjoy a lot of things that come with human emotion. Right, fear, greed, everything that comes with it. You're going to experience it all. It's not going to be easy to hold all the time. It's not going to be easy to sell all the time. Right, everyone always wants to talk about how hard it is to hold. It's harder to sell, in my opinion, right? Like when the price is moving up, you don't want to take profits because you're freaking greedy, right? And it's the same thing as when the price is going down, you don't want to hold because it's scary, right? You don't want to lose your entire investment. It's a roller coaster ride, dude. It's a roller coaster ride, and I think a lot of people just get the assumption. I think it's because a lot of YouTubers just like super hype up stuff and super hype up crypto, which it is hype, right? It's the most volatile asset there is. But I think a lot of it stems from people hyping up crypto a little bit, probably too much than they should. When crypto comes in cycles and it's not just up, 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 up. It's up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 right? It's more times it's going down than it is up. You just want to catch it at the right time when it's going up. And that's why buying when it's going down, buying when it's going sideways is the best strategy. And in my opinion, right, everyone has their own strategy, but you do what you kind of want to do, man. You do what you want to do. Jordan, our Discord, the memes are spicier than Jordan's wife. Cordia, the memes are not spicier than my wife, okay? Maybe right now. She's not being too spicy right now. If you guys do want to join the Discord, I'm sure one of the mods here can kindly post it. Kindly post it. Never heard of Doughboy besides Pillsbury? The Pillsbury Doughboy. One of the mods could kindly post it in the chat. I think the one in the description is invalid for whatever reason. You know what I mean? The 10-year chart looks bullish. Can I even look at the 10-year chart? I can't. It doesn't give me the option. Can't look at yearly charts. But yeah, man. The 10-year chart is bullish AF. Seriously. Like, really bullish. Really bullish. What's up, Jazz? Good to see you. We talked about some different stuff today on the stream. I don't know if you saw it or not, but yeah. That's kind of what we looked at on the weekly. Or the whole stream, pretty much. Shout out to Speedway again. I'm telling you guys, Duncan will contact me again when the price starts going back up. If they don't, I'm going to be very, very upset. I probably won't stream for like 3 days because, I used to love Duncan. And unfortunately, I had to break up with Duncan. And soon I'm going to be breaking up with Speedway because you guys know I'm trying to quit coffee at the moment. Even though I have a nice little coffee thing at the top there. It's going to make me want coffee every day. What else we got? What other questions you guys got for me in the chat, man? It might go sideways for the rest of this year, and Jordan will get a Doge tattoo. Michael, if he goes sideways for the end of this year, it is what it is. I'll get the damn Dogecoin tattoo. I'm a man of my word, okay? I'm a man of my freaking word. The Dogecoin tattoo will come if we go sideways for this year. But I don't think we will. I think we go sideways for another month or two. And then hopefully, right, the keywords hopefully, we start moving up ever so slowly towards the all-time high, towards, September, October range that I'm looking for here, to be honest. Now, I could be a moon boy and say, we're going to 700K by July of next year. That's a lot of money, man. I'm not saying it's impossible, but for Bitcoin to hit $700,000, that is a lot of money you need to come into the market. And not, like I said, I'm not saying it's impossible. A lot of people last year, and some of the videos I made last year, were saying the prices I was saying were impossible. And almost all those coins are, most of those prices are pretty realistic now, and most of them have already passed those price levels. So I'm not going to say it's impossible, because I don't want to be that guy, because everything's possible in this space. But $700,000 for Bitcoin is insane. That's insane. I mean, you're talking about over a 20x from where we are right now. That's an insane amount of money. Insane amount of money. But everything's possible. Need a whale to help you skip the tattoo fact? Maybe. Time is on our side, just believe. I looked into the crystal ball and it told me Jordan will not be receiving a new tattoo this year. Thank you, Darren. I'm glad someone's on my side. I think everyone just wants to see me get the Dogecoin tattoo now. I think it just came to that point, man. The Dogecoin tattoo is just coming now. Wait, what? Who's this tryhard guy? He said, don't misguide your followers with false hopium saying wick off accumulation. Accumulation is 70% volume, Jordan. Big fan, by the way. Just looking out for noobs. Do your own research, noobs. When did I say it was wick off accumulation? We literally did a video. We literally did a video yesterday. The whole stream yesterday, the whole title of the stream was, are we in wick off distribution or accumulation? And my TLDR of the entire stream was, you could make it into distribution and accumulation, whichever way you're biased. I swear some people don't even watch the streams, man. I swear. Bro cranky. He is cranky. He is super cranky. But my whole point of the stream yesterday was I don't think it's accumulation or distribution. It's whichever one you want to make it into. If you're a bull, you're going to say it's accumulation. If you're a bear, you're going to say it's distribution. It's kind of just the way it is. And the whole point of the stream was to looking at both scenarios, kind of proving that point that, you know, a lot of these patterns we like to look at are just biased in the whole way you're kind of looking at it, right? The Dogecoin Millionaire is a cool channel. Oh, Dogecoin. How's that Doge? I always ask. You just a troll? You say accumulation every day? When did I try hard, man? You're trying too hard to be a troll. You're trying too hard, man. Bildo said I wick off regularly. That's funny. The Dogecoin Millionaire is a cool channel. Who's the Dogecoin Millionaire? His whole channel is based around Dogecoin? The whole channel? You guys are saying accumulation. The wick off is good for the whole market. The wick off. What's up at home? Good morning. I hope you have your coffee ready to rock and roll here. Ready to rock and roll. Where we at? 174 likes. Let's hit up those likes button. If you guys don't like the stream, make sure you guys, hit that button too. It's all about engagement, my friends. It's all about engagement. Rodney said another one. Hold up. What did Rodney say? Rodney said, how long... Oh, my bad. Rodney said, how long was Bitcoin below the 50-week exponential moving average versus to how many days... Oh, how long was it below? Before we dumped, I'm assuming you're meaning. The 50-week exponential moving average... let's see, let me change it back to the 50. The 50-week exponential moving average. Let's see. So we were below it in 2017. So 2017 was a little bit different, right? We had I would probably call it from here, kind of have a little fake out above it, but looks like you went approximately below it. You were below it for about 23 weeks before you got that last big dump. Now we haven't even got below it yet. So I think we're still in the, if we are in the bearish scenario, I think we're still, I'm just kind of basing it on last time, and you can see, I mean, we were above it for, I would probably call it 15 weeks, and we're about 8 weeks right now. So, and you can see that the general structure is pretty similar too. I mean, you had a dump, came back up, retested again, came back up. I don't know. I mean, it's not the same, but I mean, a general structure. You dumped, came back up, tested it again. So I think if you were, like, keyword is if you were in the same scenario as 2017, which I don't think you are. But if you were, I think you're somewhere in probably this range right here. If you were in 2017, that's my guess. Obviously, that's just a guess. That's just a guess. But no cycle's the same. All you can do is just compare. That's all you can do. Unfortunately, we don't have what's going to happen in the future. So all you can do is compare to the previous cycles. Right? Crash already. You can have multiple crashes, man. Every bear cycle, I'm not saying this is a bear cycle, by the way, guys. I'm not saying that. But if it was a bear cycle, every bear cycle has multiple big dips. 2017, you had one big dip, two big dips, and really three big dips. And then in 2014, you had one big dip, two big dips, three big dips, four big dips. So it's usually not just one if it was a bear cycle. Just a quick shout out to the guy in the chat. Just a quick shout out. But I don't think we have that many more dips. And you guys know the reason why. The RSI, man. We're already pretty damn low on the RSI. I think we got, if we get one more dip, I think we got maybe one more dip in us. Maybe one more. And what I mean by dip, I mean probably one more good sizable dip. And you guys know the level I'm looking at for that is the 25 to 27K area, right? The golden Fibonacci area. So if we do get one more dip, I think that's what'll correlate with the RSI dropping to the level we want it to. And eventually, right, even if we dip to that level, I think from there we'll get a pretty good recovery to the upside, right? Because we hit that level on the RSI, just like we did in the previous bear markets, and boom, we bounce back up to the upside. So that's what I'm kind of looking at here. If we go to the bearish keyword, bearish scenario. There's always the bullish scenario where, you know, we kind of just pump out of nowhere, which I guess can happen, right? You just need some bullish news to come out. I just don't, like, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. It's just, like, where you need some bullish news to come out. That's what we need. We need some type of catalyst to push us up. Because where are we just going to start, like, all right, we're just going to start pumping to 60K just out of nowhere? We need something to catalyst it. Where is that catalyst? Well, you got one catalyst, which could be just the whales just start pumping it, right? For whatever reason. Second catalyst can be some type of extremely bullish news. That's the second catalyst we could look at. But until we get one of those catalysts, we're kind of just at the mercy of the whales. I mean, we're always at the mercy of the whales, but you guys get the point. BTC, Litecoin, ADA, ETH, AMP. BTC equals AMP, ADA is king. BTC equals AMP. I completely disagree with you, Evil. Why does BTC equal AMP? Thanks, Roddy, man. Appreciate it, dude. Try to look at both sides. I try not to be biased. There's too many biased people in the space, right? There's too many biased bears. There's too many biased bulls. There's too many people that just play into their subscribers' beliefs, right? I think it's good to have people that, you know, kind of look at it from both scenarios, I think, right? There's literally channels that just talk about bearish stuff, and there's literally just channels that just talk about bullish stuff. So it helps a lot. It does help a lot. But yeah, I don't agree with your AMP equals Bitcoin. I think that's very far off, man. You have countries adopting Bitcoin as currency. AMP is good, right? I'm not saying it's bad, but I mean, you got a long way to go there. And you have Litecoin is greater than Bitcoin. I'm perfectly okay with people having their opinions, but where do people come up with the idea? Like, who are you listening to that's telling you that Litecoin's better than Bitcoin? Like, yeah, it might be faster, it might be whatever, but that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It really doesn't. Litecoin greater than Bitcoin. Litecoin didn't even break its all-time high this year. Litecoin was pathetic this year, honestly. And people get mad at me for making fun of Litecoin all the time. People literally get so mad at me for making fun of Litecoin. But like, dude, pretty much every other coin, maybe XRP, but XRP had the whole SEC stuff. Every other coin broke its all-time high. Litecoin didn't even break its all-time high. Like, I don't know how you could argue that Litecoin is better than some of these other coins. I can't see that argument for it. But I could be wrong. But I mean, Litecoin's in the same point as it was in the middle. Litecoin's at the same point it was in June of 2019 right now. Right? And I don't mean to make it into a Litecoin bash. It's like, I think it's kind of misleading when people try to say Litecoin's better than Bitcoin. Kind of misleading people in a way. So that's just my opinion, dude. You take it from the bank, whatever way you want to look at it, but the name says it all, Litecoin. The name says it all. Will this happen with ADA? Old resistance, new support, right? Evil Litecoin, dude. You got old resistance, new support. I guess, right? I mean, I don't know if it's bullish that you're testing your 2019 highs at this point, but hey, if you want to call that, if you want to call it bullish, go ahead. Litecoin is better in the sense Bitcoin has been hit with hacks and had to be resetted. Litecoin has never had that. But in the grand scheme of things, did that really matter? Not really. Not really. Blinded by the light, racked up like a douche in the middle of the night. It's a good song. Blinded by the light. Ed Bunkle. That's pretty good, man. All right, where are we at with time? We're at 11:15. Probably give it another minute or so, and then we'll probably call it a stream here. Like I said, I want to keep these about 45 minutes long for the old algorithm here. Trying a new setup with these new morning streams, and obviously today was a little rocky because of the audio in the beginning, kind of threw off the whole flow of things. But you know, that's kind of what we're going through here. You guys like the coffee cup on the top with the little steam coming out of it? Let me know if you guys like that. And you guys like that? Let me know if it gives you a good little vibe in the morning. If it doesn't, let me know. I'm totally okay with you guys saying that sucks. That sucks. But yeah. And obviously, I'm not going to keep the today's topic 50 Bitcoin 50-week EMA in that horrible font. That's something I'm kind of working on still too. So keep that in mind. That horrible, disgusting font of Bitcoin 50-week EMA. Good vibes. I don't always Bitcoin logo is a little small. Something easier on the eyes. Could do that. Coffee and crypto. All right, guys. I'm going to call it a stream. Got about 45 minutes here. Answer a good amount of questions in the chat. So I'll catch you guys later. Thank you, Roddy. Appreciate it, dude. Super generous super chats today, man. That's freaking awesome, man. Thank you so much for that. But I'll be back 7 to 10 Eastern Standard Time tonight. So make sure you guys looking out for the stream tonight. Enjoy your day today, guys. Enjoy your Saturday. Don't look at the charts too much. I mean, me, myself, like, that's why I'm kind of making a change in the morning because, like, especially during the sideways action, it's tough to look at these short-term time frame charts all day. It really is. It really is. It does get taxing after a while. So I'll see you guys the normal show tonight. We'll go over all the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, everything tonight in tonight's streams. Looking forward to it. Other than that, guys, see you guys later. Enjoy your day. And don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't panic, sell your Bitcoin. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.